Good evening, everyone. Thank you all for coming out. I hope you're having a lot of fun. We want to take a few minutes to explain exactly who we are and why we are all here tonight. So what we're going to do is we're going to tell you a couple stories, just quick stories of some of the patients that we're trying to raise money for and the families that we're trying to help. The first family that I want to introduce you to is the Meats family. So if Tracy will please come up. Tracy is the president of our Patient and Family Support Division. She runs most of the volunteer committees. She's all the way out here from Wyoming tonight. And she's going to tell us what she does and why she does it.
Welcome, everybody. I appreciate everybody coming out tonight and help raise money for our babies. Like Dawn said, I run the support chapter of Cherubs, and we just provide support from the moment that families find out that they're expecting a CDH baby. They will find us through the Facebook, through websites. Our families share each other information, and once they contact us, we can provide all types of services for families. We give them services through closed Facebook groups where they can come and ask questions and meet other families. We have a forums where they can come and read stories from our survivors and our non-survivors. We also provide Cherubs Hope tote bags as an expecting family or a family currently in the NICU. We will ship out a tote bag and it's full of information on CDH. It has gifts for the family, for the baby. And we also provide financial assistance grants when we have money available to help families for travel expenses to and from the hospital. We also, when we do have funds, we do CDH scholarships. These are scholarships for our CDH survivors or siblings of our angels or even parents that are going back to college for the first time to earn a degree. Some of the things that we look forward to even implementing into our services is a funeral support, financial assistance for funerals for our families, and some of the other things we offer are CDH conferences where our families will travel all over the world, international, to attend these conferences to learn about CDH. And and Ian. I am brought into the CDH world. I have a CDH son. He is 15. His name is Ian. And it's kind of emotional. It's been 15 years and I still get emotional talking about Ian. But Ian is my inspiration, and when he was brought into this world, he was undiagnosed. We did not know he was going to be born with CDH. So when he was born, my water broke at 36 weeks, and he was purple and blue when they pulled him out by emergency C-section. And within a few minutes, he was diagnosed with CDH, and he had to be life-flighted out 3 hours away from home. And he spent 2 months in the NICU, but we had no clue what CDH was. We had no information. My doctor at my small hospital did not know the definition of CDH or what CDH meant, so he just said he has a hole in his diaphragm, he's being shipped away, he'll be fixed and be back in 2 weeks. That wasn't the case. And Ian has had a long journey. He still suffers from exercise-induced asthma. He has a small left lung. So when he does play sports, he is an amazing tennis star, but he is very slow, and he is the last kid on running in the endurance-wise, but his coach told me this year, he says, Ian never complains. Not one moment does Ian complain out there on the courts or when he's doing his exercises. And you'll have the kids with the 2 full lungs out there, complaining and whining that they have to do that, but here's Ian out there giving it his all and never once will complain. So Ian is my inspiration, and to provide services to all the families that have been diagnosed with CDH to know that they're not alone, that there is support out there and there is families out there to provide them services and support.
We are so grateful to Tracy. We could not operate the charity without her. She's incredible. I'm going to ask Hope Clyde to come up. She's a member of our Parent Advisory Board. We have 3 boards at CDH International. We have an Executive Board of Directors, who are mostly local business people. Then we have a Parent Advisory Board, who are all parents and grandparents of patients with CDH. And then we have a Medical Advisory Board comprised of some of the biggest CDH experts in the world. So Hope is going to talk about her story and a little bit about what the Parent Board does.
Hi. Hold this microphone. I'll stand tall. So I'm Hope. Our CDH story started just over 18 years ago. Our son Tyler was diagnosed with CDH, and thankfully we had a doctor the very first day we were diagnosed, and we had all of this flood of information coming in, and he said, go home and Google cherubs. And I was like, okay. He said, no, write it down. Google cherubs, as in angels. And I was like, oh, okay. And he said, that's where you want to go for all the current information, all the latest research, for the most support. And I went home to my in-laws, because we didn't have internet. This was 18 years ago, right? So I go home to my in-laws on their dial-up internet, and I searched cherubs. And so from day one, we were never alone. The Clyde family was never alone. So now we have the 17-year-old. He's going to be 18 in January. He's amazing. He's huge. He's this massively strong. I mean, he's just amazing. He wears a size 15 shoe. So it's ridiculous. So growth has never been an issue for him. He's healthy. He's wonderful. He's amazing. Our story does have hiccups. He's had 3 repairs. The last one was just 3 years ago. It was horrible. The recovery was awful. But we're all stronger because of it. But the main thing tonight, we're here tonight to raise funds. And the big idea that we have is let's stop CDH, right? Like, we want to give all the money to the researchers, figure out how this happens, why this happens, and make it stop happening, right? We just want this to end. That takes a lot of money, that takes a lot of resources. My side of things is I love the parental support end. I want to reach out to families. I want people to reach out to me and say, hey, I have this friend that was just diagnosed. So, I want to be on the parent end of it, and I am on the parent end of it, and I want to reach out to those families, because when you get this diagnosis, it's called the loneliest diagnosis, where do you go? I want people to come to us, and I want to be able to send out the tote bags. I want to be able to have a committee to say, here's all these parents and grandparents and aunts and uncles that are waiting to help you. And we need the funds to do that. So tonight's a big deal, you guys. We came from Utah to be here tonight with y'all. We say that in the South, right? With y'all. I love it. So dig deep. Reach into your pockets. There's tons of things around the room. We've donated some flags to help raise funds. Dig deep. Get in those pockets. Let's raise money. Let's help these families. Let's help these babies. And I just want to tell you all, y'all, thank you for coming tonight. Thank you for coming tonight, and thank you for welcoming us here. We're having a great time.
Thank you. CDH International was founded in 1995, almost 25 years ago, by 2 moms on my kitchen table with a typewriter before the internet was started. I was one of those moms. The other mom was Rhonda Montague. And for the first time, she's going to tell her story. So Rhonda.
This is so official.
I'm Rhonda Montague. Unlike other people, I'm not much of a public person up front, so I like to be in the middle of the party. But a lady tonight asked me how many children I had. And I told her 3, but I have 4. Whoa, Jesus, okay. So anyway, I have 4 children.
born in 1992. He would be 25. And this is when I met Don. Preston went from Rex in Raleigh to Chapel Hill for surgery to Duke Hospital. He was life flighted over there and then put on ECMO. He lived for 2 months. And 2 months seems like years. And it's 2 months has lasted a lifetime for me. So anyway, when I met Dawn came in like about 20-something days later with Shane, and they were bunkmates, and it was odd to have 2 CDH children in the same hospital, and much less 3, and there was actually a 3rd. And her child, we don't know if it's a boy or girl, lived for a day or 2, I believe, and then she was gone. So we really couldn't contact with her. They wouldn't give us any information. But what is CDH? To me, CDH is a hole. Just a hole, and you can see descriptions and whatnot of what it is, but to me, it was just a tiny hole that just couldn't recover. And part of his unrecovery was the fact that during surgery, lymph nodes were cut on him, and he could never recover from that. And he had chest tubes constantly, and I could never really hold him. And anyway, the whole big concern was Dawn and I were like, and Joe and Jeremy, your first husband, and Shane's dad, we were searching for answers. And you know, you get that time with that surgeon for like 5 minutes at 6 a.m. if you show up on time. And we did a lot of living room floors just so we'd be there, and Duke wasn't what it is today. But it was, I remember us going to the library, researching. My husband and I almost lost our home. I had a 1-year-old at the time, Derek, and we didn't have the information that we needed. And when it was not me, it was Dawn, who, you know, I had another child, and then God blessed me with 2 more after Preston, healthy children, so thank you. But I was busy being a mom, and you were a mom for 6 wonderful years. And I watched her lose her son. It broke my heart. But she, with her strength and her power, set forth. And I remember the black and white sheets. I remember all the mailings. I remember talking with parents with you. But then I moved on because I couldn't handle it. I just couldn't handle it. The pain was just too much. I'm trying to move forward. But Dawn and her strength and what she has accomplished and what she has done, and she is heroic and intelligent and blows my mind what she has accomplished. But she has come to this point in life where things are global, things are international, things are computerized and technology, and pulling all the information together that she has gathered for 20-something years and just blows my mind. And she has been self-sacrificing and gave up so much of herself for this. And anyway, Dawn, what I want to say is that, you know, you've seen the angel wings out here that have our children's names on it, people that we have lost. I am a CDH survivor. My husband is a CDH survivor, and we didn't have CDH. We had a CDH child. And he is my son, and he's 25. He's actually a man now. But I don't see him that way, but I'll still look at him. But Dom, I wanna kind of tell you. I have your check. It's for $126. For 26 is for Shane's birthday. To go towards this wall. And I challenge everyone in this room to just write that $26 check. 26-cent check. I don't care. But 126,026. But we need this wall up to show awareness. We're so for you, Dawn. You worked so hard and so diligently for these babies. And what's in my head? And I just so proud of you. The people in this room alone that you have worked with and helped and managed and in a nice way. And well, actually it's Dawn. So maybe not always so nice. But she's very firm. But just your work, Dawn, so that people don't have to wake up without their child and to go home and at least be into a supportive group, to have the information, to get this to the doctors, the hospitals, the technology, the equipment that these hospitals need. We can't save everybody, but this research can help to save what we couldn't. We sure can. We sure can. So what is CDH? CDH is the hope that we're left with in our hearts. And 25 years later, it still hurts every day. But to see someone like Brandon or Liz, people who are living and existing, and Ian and Tyler and all these children who are thriving in other countries. You're going to other countries. Oh my God, this girl is amazing. And you're spreading it. You're getting it out there. And for every one of you, whether you ever heard of it, live it, doctors, moms, people who are lost, who are gained, remember every day there's somebody still counting on you. There's something you can still do. Right? And Dawn needs the volunteers. Dawn needs the help.
The babies need help.
The babies need the help. I can't imagine getting a tote bag. Just a simple little thing like a tote bag.
Everything.
Yeah. Everything. We did get blankets that were made from us for an old woman. We did. I still have that blanket. My son slept with that blanket for many. My older son slept with that blanket for many years. But anyway, I love you. I'm proud of you. Thank you all for being here. It was such Okay, don't bother.
And she says she's not good at public speaking, and I get it.
It's different when you speak from the heart.
It's true. So, like Rhonda said, my little boy passed away too. He was 6.5 years old. We spent the first 10 months at Duke. We came home on full life support, ventilator, oxygen, feeding tube. He was blind and deaf because of complications with CDH, and I had to fight AMA to bring him home. Got him off the ventilator, got his hearing back, got his sight back, got him off oxygen. He went to preschool. He was an amazing little boy, but we lost him to CDH at 6.5, and he was my only. So I didn't have any other children before or after him. And so no one should ever have to go through this alone. Rhonda and I had each other, but we were all we had. And the charity was originally named Cherubs for Baby Angels after her son Preston and after little girl Andrea, who was in the hospital for just those 2 days. And little did we know that my son would become one of those angels too. So the charity is named after them. But I want to tell you just quickly a little bit about the other things that we do other than patient support. So you've heard about 2 survivors, and you've heard about 2 non-survivors, and those are the odds, 50-50 for these children. Literally the flip of a coin, whether they live or die. and we don't know what causes CDH. And if you didn't look at your program, let me tell you what CDH is. CDH is when a baby's diaphragm fails to fully form. That's the muscle that goes across your chest. When you inhale, it pulls down. When you have hiccups, that's the muscle that moves. It also separates the organs in your abdominal cavity from those in your chest cavity. So if there's a hole, organs from your abdominal cavity, like your intestines, stomach, spleen, liver, can migrate up, and then your lungs don't have room to grow. The survival rate is 50%. 85% of these children are diagnosed at a routine ultrasound. Parents go in, happy to find out they're having a boy or a girl, and their lives are turned upside down, and then they call us. And then Tracy and her team take care of them. Now on the research side, which is the side that I run now, we're doing pretty amazing things. This little charity that started out here in Granville County in 1995 with just a typewriter and two moms who knew only what each other knew and we knew nothing, is now the largest CDH charity in the world. We help over 6,500 patients and their families in 70 countries. We work with the National Institutes of Health in DC. We are working with the World Health Organization in Switzerland to create a standard of care to try to save some of these babies, finally, after almost 25 years. But let me tell you that we have currently 2 employees, 100 volunteers. We help 6,500 families in 70 countries on $300,000 a year. Now you divide that on all the things that we do, and we are it for these kids. We are their hope, we are their voice, we are the ones out there fighting not just for the kids here at these local hospitals or in the state or in this country, but for all of them, all of us. And CDH is as common as spina bifida and cystic fibrosis, and everyone knows what that is. So tonight, if you did not know what CDH was before you came here, you know now. And when you leave, please tell other people. Please help us to raise awareness. Now, those other 2 causes are wonderful causes. Those patients deserve all of the funds and help that they can get. Those are 2 devastating diagnoses. But so is CDH. And our kids get less than $5 million in research funding in the United States every year. That's it. And I have to go to DC and I beg for more every single year, along with an incredible team that lobbies. So we are a mom and pop charity. We do help families directly, but we also do everything else for awareness and research. We are it. So your support counts. That ticket you bought tonight helps these families. That money you're spending out there at the casino helps these families. These auction items were donated by families to help raise money for CDH. And we're just trying to save some lives and raise a little hope. And it's a big team effort. And in that note, I would like our board members to come forward because they work so hard. They work so very hard. So I want them to stand up here. Every month, they listen to my complaining, whining, screaming, and begging every single month. So all of you can just come stand right up here. So these amazing people, of these people standing up here, only 2 of us were personally affected by CDH. The rest are just really amazing, awesome people who want to help these kids. Give them a round of applause. And we also have some volunteers who are here as well. Can you please stand where you are? Liz and Tara, Robin, don't make me call you out. So they're right over there. Can you see them? No. They hold hands with parents at midnight. They answer emails first thing in the morning. They gather tote bag items. They rally families in their states. They go to the hospital. They do all the things that are needed for these people. And we're just so grateful that you're all here. We're so grateful that you took a chance to come here and help these kids, and especially if you've never heard of CDH before. Thank you. And if you have any questions, please let us know. So we're going to give the microphone back to the band for a little while. And then, what time is it? Can you tell me? 9:27? All right, at 10:15, the band is going to stop, and we are going to do all the games, so stick around. Make sure you buy beads. Make sure you're at the casino. Start buying those items you want. They will hold them at the table for you. And also the envelope game. So get in on that because it's a lot of fun. It's really competitive. And let's raise some money for the kids. Also, if you want to make a tax-deductible donation, you can do that as well. We will take your credit card or a personal check. All right? Thank you all.